Hey, y'all. I just want to take this time to apologize to my coaches, my teammates, the organization, my family, the Bomber community, the fans, and let them know I'm truly sorry that, for me to go out and disappoint many people that look up to me. This was a mistake. It was a selfish decision, just a bad decision on my part that I knew better not to get stepped in that car. So I'm sorry to everyone out there. And one, the support from my teammates has been amazing. I'm embarrassed. I was dreading walking in this locker room, having to deal with, everything that's happened and transpired. And as soon as I walked in this locker room, man, I was just, being hugged on. I was being hugged on. People were coming, patting me on my back, letting me know that I'm about to get through this, because I feel like, man, like I was feeling the worst ever and that I could not get through it. And, with the teammates and my family that know, they've been very supportive. And for my message that I told the team, I was just, I'm sorry that I let y'all down. I took myself off the field this Friday. I'm sorry I let you down, and just in the community, just a lot of things. And I just wanted to let them know that I'm sorry, because this is something that I don't want to, have on my shoulders. And the reality of the situation is that this is what I'm going through. And I wanted to let them know that I made a mistake. And most importantly, when I come back, I'm going to be a man, a father, a teammate, a player. And I believe this is going to be a very important step, a turning point in my career.
Your reaction to the news of Kenny Lawler's incident last night or yesterday?
Well, variety of things in no particular order. Concern, obviously, health and welfare of the player, disappointment, obviously. You go through the range of emotions. There's some anger involved, and then you take it back to the person, the player and teammate that we have here that we all like and enjoy, and it quickly, writes your train of thought into, all right, what does he need? What's the team need then? And how do we move forward?
How do you strike that balance between, supporting your guy and making it real clear that, that's a risky and bad thing to do?
Kenny being the type of guy that he is, when we met yesterday, it was very, very obvious that I didn't need to spend a lot of time on the behavior. If the reaction was different, then my reaction would be different. But it's quite apparent he was quite upset at the mistake and the decision he made.
Last thing for me, midway through last season, you dealt with kind of in some ways, similar thing when Andrew Harris failed the drug test. Do you draw anything from that on how to handle it, and how does this compare?
Well, we treat every situation, differently as it comes up, as its own situation. There are certainly things you can learn from this, and as a team, we take all these situations and certainly, hopefully, learn from them, and I think we do. I do think that situation was a little different, but some of the messaging is the same in terms of, it's okay to feel how you're going to feel, but move on quickly and support your teammate as best as you can. I'm not going to tell anybody how they're supposed to feel. But once again, if you're human, you've made mistakes.
Thanks, Mike.
Yep. Go to Bob Irving.
Mike, this is no doubt a distraction. Any concerns on how it might impact on the team in any way?
No, I'm not concerned about that. The way practice was today, I believe the players are certainly focused. They know this happened. Obviously, they can't change that, so then they can't do anything about it except move forward, right? And be great teammates as they move forward.
Thanks.
John Hodge.
Hi, Mike. The team obviously made a decision after an internal investigation to suspend Kenny for one game. I'm curious if you could take us through that decision-making process, why that was the right decision for your club.
Yeah, I mean, it's comes after an entire day of conversation and information gathering and processing that information. And we just feel that, there has to be something from the team that shows that we don't condone this behavior, right? Simple as that.
Did the team consider releasing Kenny at any point?
No.
Okay. Thank you.
Paul Friesen.
Mike, are you allowing Kenny to practice and take part in team activities?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I think that because I think it's important, once again, one of the things I'm in charge of is our players' safety, health, and well-being. Right. So I do think that, Kenny understands that he's being suspended for a game and he is punished that way. If I tell Kenny to remove himself from the team and sit at home by himself for X number of days, I don't think that's healthy for Kenny. I don't think it's healthy for the team. I think there's a process that we have to go through, and the process needs to start immediately. And part of that process is Kenny being around. And I'm sure there's obviously some emotions that Kenny's going to go through as he's facing his teammates that he has to go through. But it's better to go through it now than let it stew. And, once again, my concern and, take it as an injured player. I don't want them just sit at home. I want them to be a part of it. I want them to feel the support from their teammates, and I want them to understand their teammates' emotions too, and deal with it and get through it, work through it as a team, because it'll obviously make us a better team. Anytime you face adversity, it does.
I'm wondering too, if you look into it all, maybe some of the teammates he may have come in contact with that night, and whether someone could have stepped in and prevented. Do you work on that angle a bit?
I mean, that's all. It's all part of the process of becoming a team, is understanding situations as they come up and using that experience to make sure that you're learning.
Is it your understanding that he was socializing with teammates?
That's not my understanding. No.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah.
Darren Bombing.
Hi, Mike. Just for full clarity, will this suspension be one game in total? Could it potentially be more from your club? And do you expect any
one game?
Okay. And do you expect any supplemental discipline or the league being involved in this?
Well, we've contacted the league right away when we had the information, so I don't expect anything further to come from the league.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Judy Owen.
Hi, Judy.
Hi, Mike. Can you say, was this a single vehicle accident, or was he pulled over? Can you say that?
Single vehicle.
Okay. And no injuries?
Nope.
What are your options for your lineup without him?
A plethora of players ready and willing and able to jump in and perform and help us win.
Yeah, it's unfortunate, obviously, the situation that, Kenny has ultimately put himself in, he's been very remorseful. He was speaking with him last night. He really understands the magnitude of the decision that he made and the position that he put himself into, and how it could affect him, and not just him, but obviously others. When you make a decision like that to get behind the wheel and drive, when you're inebriated like that. So it's not easy to talk about. Again, guys are frustrated, angry, all those things, while at the same time, remembering that he's a teammate of ours, he's a brother of ours. And, we have to be there for him as well. And again, he's been very forthcoming and, trying to be as accountable as he possibly can be for the mistake that he did make. And he's shown a lot of remorse, and, I think he gets it. I've already spoken too much on how he's feeling. He can talk to you guys about that, but it's a tough situation.
How hard is it to find that balance between supporting your teammate and being angry that he's made what he admits is a selfish decision?
Yeah, I mean, it's something that you just got to deal with. I mean, nobody's perfect, and we have to understand that. And so an apology and understanding, of what went wrong, and how to be a better man for it. I mean, that's what you get out of this. So, like I said, it is what it is, and we've already moved past it.
It's a 200-yard receiver, of course, from last game out of the lineup. It's a big loss, right?
Absolutely. I mean, he's been having an amazing season, and hopefully that this isn't affect when he comes back, and he can move on from this as well. And that's hard. That's one of the hardest parts, is just when you get back in lineup and after being out for something that maybe not is the most glamorous, or might have an impact on your emotions, and he's got to check those emotions and realize that you still got a job to do, and come out and execute.
Thanks, Andrew.